Okay, got to demo a couple exercises you can do. I've got an eccentric flywheel trainer here. If you're not sure, you've never heard of flywheel trainers, not very experienced with them, basically they give you a variable load, a variable resistance. So for example, we pick up a weight and whatever that weight is, it stays the same amount of resistance against gravity. We have different leverage points to make it harder or easier, but the weight pretty much stays the same. Where with this, depending on how much effort we put into it, it can give us a little bit of variability in the amount of load that we feel in our muscles. And I'll give you a little demo here quick. So I'll show you a belt squat first. And you can see the belt around my waist. One of the nice things about belt squats for those of us over 50 is we don't have any compressive load on the spine. So if you've had some past injuries, issues, you don't want to load the spine for whatever reason, now you can still work the legs with a fair amount of resistance without loading the spine. So I'll go ahead and put a little tension on the wheel here. Just some nice easy squats to start off with. So that's the nice thing. I can do the first 2 or 3 reps just to kind of get used to this. And then if I want to go more, the faster, the harder I push up, the more it pulls me back down. It's kind of like a yo-yo. And so we can really overload the muscles in the eccentric, the lowering phase, in a way that's really hard to do with traditional weights. So that's one of the benefits there. And obviously I can add different plates on there, flywheels to add more resistance, less, so forth. But as you can see, it's a variable resistance because there again, depending on how hard I work, it gives me a constant tension. Another nice exercise I can do is kind of a single leg squat or kind of a split stance squat. Okay, so now a little more of the emphasis on the front leg versus the back. So obviously I would work both sides with this. And I can also add that wedge there under one of my heels, make it easier if I want. But like I say, one of the nice things you can do besides there's some variability built into that is, like I say, you work power. So the faster you go, the more it works you into that eccentric, which develops power, which we lose fairly rapidly as we age. There again, those of us over 50 like myself want to stay active. The other nice thing with this is, say I've had some knee issues and I can vary the position so I can keep my torso bent over more, push through my heels more. Now I'll take a little bit of that stress off the knees, put it more on my glutes and hamstrings if I want to emphasize my glutes and hamstrings for whatever reason, which there again a lot of us do who want to stay active. But also there again, if you have some knee issues, just a simple way to take a little stress off the knee. And there's a little button here so we can adjust this belt height to however needs of the individual are. But a lot of different exercises we can do on this. We can maybe use grips as well. And when I do kind of a combination squat row or deadlift, however you want to, I activate probably as many muscles in that one exercise as you pretty much can, with the exclusion of maybe just a traditional deadlift. But there again, not everyone wants to do traditional barbell deadlift. If I do have handles, I can kind of do a row like this, and that weight is more in line with the center of my gravity beat versus being a lot further out in front, like with a traditional deadlift. So just a lot of nice things. You know, they're using these with a lot of athletes. See a lot of vertical jump increases. I'm not interested in vertical jump anymore, but I do want to stay active. And this is a nice way to do that, to work on both strength, power, but also works on the strengthening of the spring of your connective tissue. And that's, we see an athlete who runs really fast, changes directions fast, jumps well. They have developed their springs in their connective tissue, or in some cases they were born springy, so to speak. But a lot of cool things you can do with a flywheel trainer.